Today we are going to solve this question. Okay, so the question says longest consecutive sequence. So we need to find the longest consecutive sequence. We are given an array of integers. We have to return the length of the longest consecutive sequence of elements. Okay, so uh, and it has been said that our algorithm should not exceed big O and time. Right. So let's take an example of this array. In this array, what is the longest consecutive sequence of elements that can be found? That is by observation, you can say 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And if you take this array, its place is here. So the longest consecutive sequence you can take 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is total 9 elements. You can ignore any one of the zeros, correct? So in total, there is 9 consecutive element of sequence, right? Sequence of elements, sorry. So here we'll get 9, sorry, 9. So the intuition is very simple. The first thing you can think of the brute force way is sort the array, right? Sorting the array will give, let's take for this one, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, then 100, and then 200. Okay, so we can say that initially length is 1, right? We will not start from this one, we'll start from this element, second element. We'll check the previous element is just smaller than this one, like 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. If it is true, we'll increment our length to 2 and then we'll go to the next one, right? Until we go here, we'll get our length to 4, right? And we'll say the max length is equals to 4, right? When we go here, we'll see 100 minus 1, that is 99, is not equal to the previous element 4. So here the length will stay simply 1, okay, for this subsequence. Now next we go here. Here also we can say 200 minus 1, 199 is not equal to 100. Here also length will be 1 only, and at last we'll return the max length of 4. But here the catch is the time complexity will be equal to big of n log n, correct? So this will be the time complexity, which is a larger time complexity than this one, right? So the efficient way is either use a hash map or use a set, right? So I have solved both using hash map and set. So this is the set solution which I have solved, and there's one hash map solution also. But I'll suggest to solve using the set solution because it is a cleaner way, right? So the observation is very simple. We'll define a set, right? Let's take the example of this array. We'll define a set for this array, and here we will put all the elements in the set. Let's say this is only our set, okay? We put all the elements here. Why we are using set? One more thing is why we are using set, not map. We can use map also, but best way is to use set because say here we are having 1 0 1 0, okay, and I said that we have to skip one of the zero. That means one of the duplicate we need to skip, okay. So set is the best way, okay. We will not indulge in that operation to skip the zeros. Simply we'll use set, and set internally stores only the unique values, right? For that reason we are using set. There's no more rocket science why we are not using map. You can use map also, but in that case you need to uh, do one more operation if the element is already visited or not, okay. The visited kind of way you can do. I'll show that solution also later on, but now stick to the set part, okay. A set is created. Now v2, let's say start is our current, let's say start is 0 for now, okay, and our current element is equal to the first element, the pointer which is currently pointing to, that is 100. Okay, so pointer is pointing to 100. So 100 is our current element. And we'll check 100 minus 1. That is 99. Is 99 present in our map? Since 99 is not present in our map, so we can say that 100 can be the starting point of any subsequence. Let's say 100, 101, 102. In here, 100 is our starting point. There is no 99 present. If 99 was present, that means 100 cannot be the starting point, because 100 will be the starting point. The length of the subsequence will be 3. Okay, but we need the maximum length. Okay, so we have to include the starting point for sure. So if we include 99, then the length will be 4, right? So that's why we are checking for the starting point. So we see that 99 is not there. So 100 is our start. So we'll say start is 100. We updated start as current element. And we do current plus plus. So 100 will be 101. Now what we'll do, we'll check if 101, and one more thing, we'll update our length with 1, because we have found one start element, we have found one subsequent. Now we will see if current is present in our set. Current is not there, means 101 is not there. So only uh, there's only one subsequence, only one, only the for the subsequence the length is only 1, correct? And we update our map with the latest, or the maximum length, that is 1 for now. Now we iterate to the next part, 4. So the current element is 4. Sorry, the current element is 4, right? For 4, we'll see if 4 minus 1, 3 is present in our map. Yes, 3 is present. So skip, continue. We'll go to 200. For 200, we'll see that 199 is not in our map. So 200 can be our start element, and the length will be 1. And similarly, maximum length till now we have got is 1 only. Okay. Now if we increment our I, we go to 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. 0 is present in our map. 0 is not there. Okay. Since 0 is not there, then our current element can be our start element. Yes, current element is our start element. Length is also 1. Max length is also updated to 1. Now, what we'll do? We'll do start, sorry, 1 plus plus. Okay, the current plus plus 2. We'll check for 2. Is 2 in our map? 2 in our set, sorry, set. Yes, 2 is there. Since 2 is there, that means we can say that after 1, we have found one more element of our subsequence 2. So since 2 is there, we'll increment our length to 2, right? Now again we increment our current element to 3, 1 means 1 plus. Is 3 present? Yeah, 3 is present in our set. That means one another element of subsequence is found, 3. And what is the length? 3. The incremental length plus plus length 3. Now again we increment our current element to 4, and if we check if it is present in our set, yes, 4 is present in our set. That means we have found one more element of our sequence. Okay, consecutive sequence. Since 4 is there, we increment our length again. Now again we'll check for 5 plus plus 5. Is 5 there in our map? 5 is not there. Okay, so we'll come out of the loop. Okay, and we update our max element. Sorry, the max length. So max will be 4. Now I'll do I plus plus. I go to 3. Now 3 minus 1, 2. 2 is there. Yeah, 2 is already there in our map, in our set. So we cannot do any operation for this. That means 3 cannot be a static element. Obviously 3 cannot be a static element. Now again 2 I plus plus 2. 2 minus 1 is already present in our map. So 2 also cannot be a start element. So simply we just get out of the loop, and we found our max element. So the max length will be 4. And that is our answer 4. Okay. So I hope the intuition is very clear. This is our solution. I've done everything that I solved there. If first we put all the elements in our set, right? Then we say that the max length is 0, right? We check for the current element. The num is our current element. We iterate over the set, and if set contains current minus 1. Okay. If it, sorry, it does not contain current minus 1, that means num, num is our start element. And what we'll do, current is num, and we say count is 1. And now we'll check for one more, uh, the next sequence, the next element of the sequence. So current num plus 1. So it's not current num, it's current. Okay. Current plus 1. Right. We check for current plus 1. And if it is there, we'll simply do curve plus plus and count plus plus. At last, we'll increment our map, right? It will be return max. Sorry. If we submit this, we get compilation error at num bit one accepted, accepted. And there is one more way to solve this, this way, correct? That the way which I told you, that is using a map. So using a map, we need to go two things. We need to check the present, that if it is present in our map, and one is visited way. Okay, so it is a bit of jargon, so I'll suggest to go with the set way, right? And the brute force way I've already explained. You can try by your own. That is by sorting, right? So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.